Please stop doing this. Because you might not know what it actually means. You love your dog more than anything. You buy the best food. You give them the softest bed. But some of the most normal things you do every single day are quietly damaging your dog's trust and mental health in ways you can't see. You might think you're being affectionate, or playful, or just strict. But what if your dog is actually terrified? What if the hug you give them feels like a trap? What if the game you play is triggering a survival instinct they can't control? Most owners have no idea they are hurting the bond until the damage is already done. They see a stubborn dog, but they don't see the silent stress signals screaming for help. In this video, we are going to uncover the 6 innocent habits that are secretly breaking your dog's heart. And the 6th one? It is the most common mistake of all, and it completely changes how your dog sees you as a protector. Stay with me, because once you understand this, you will never look at your dog the same way again. You know that look your dog gives you when they've done something wrong? The lowered head, the guilty eyes looking up at you from the carpet. You sigh, maybe raise your voice just a little to let them know you're upset. You feel bad, but you think they understand. You think they know why you are mad. That moment is not random. What your dog is doing in those seconds is more deliberate than you think. They aren't feeling guilt. They're feeling fear. And they are using an ancient language to beg you to stop being scary. For 15,000 years, dogs and humans have evolved side by side. We are the only 2 species that run to each other for protection instead of running away. But here is the biological truth. Dogs do not have a prefrontal cortex capable of complex logic like spite or guilt. Dr. Alexandra Horowitz, a cognitive scientist at Barnard College, conducted a famous study on the guilty look. She found that dogs showed the exact same guilty body language whether they actually ate the forbidden treat or not, as long as their owner sounded angry. In other words, your dog's brain is wired to read your emotions, not your logic. When you punish them for something that happened 2 hours ago, they don't connect it to the trash on the floor. They connect the fear directly to you. Mistake number 1, the hug trap. Do you wrap your arms around your dog's neck to show them love? It feels warm to you. It feels like a human hug. But to a dog, this is not affection. In the wild, putting a limb over another animal's neck is an act of dominance. It is a takedown move. It restricts movement. It says, I am in charge, and you cannot move. When you hug your dog tight, their cortisol spikes. Look at the photos of people hugging dogs. You will almost always see the dog's mouth closed tight, their ears pinned back, their eyes showing a crescent of white, what behaviorists call whale eye. These are not signs of enjoyment. They are signs of silent panic. One dog owner shared that she always hugged her golden retriever for Instagram photos. She thought he was smiling. It wasn't until a trainer pointed out his stiff body and lip licking that she realized he had been tolerating her hugs for years, terrified the whole time. When you stop forcing hugs and start offering side scratches, you are telling your dog, I respect your space as much as I love you. Mistake number 2, the bowl snatch. Have you ever taken your dog's food bowl away while they were eating to teach them manners? Or put your hand in their dish to show them you're the boss? Please stop. This triggers a deep evolutionary panic called resource guarding. In a wolf pack, once a lower-ranking member has food, the higher-ranking wolves usually leave them alone to eat. Stealing food isn't leadership, it's theft. When you mess with their food, you aren't teaching them to share. You are teaching them that you are unpredictable. You are teaching them that they need to eat faster or growl or snap to keep their survival resources safe. A person once wrote in the comments that they used to take their puppy's bone away 10 times a day. By the time the dog was 2, he bit anyone who walked near the kitchen. They created the aggression they were trying to prevent. When you let your dog eat in peace, you are proving that you are a provider, not a competitor. Mistake number 3, the alpha role. Do you force your dog onto their back when they misbehave? Do you pin them down until they submit? This is old, debunked science that needs to die. This idea comes from flawed studies of captive wolves in the 1940s. In reality, a wolf only rolls over voluntarily to show trust or de-escalate a fight. Forcing them into this position is a terrifying physical assault. When you pin your dog, you initiate a fight or flight response. Their brain floods with adrenaline. They might freeze, which looks like submission, but is actually learned helplessness, a state of total psychological shutdown. Or they might fight back because they think you are trying to kill them. One owner shared that his German Shepherd became terrified of hands after he tried alpha rolling him for barking. The dog didn't stop barking. He just started flinching every time his owner reached for him. When you lead with guidance instead of force, you become a leader they want to follow, not a tyrant they have to fear. Drop your dog's name in the comments if you are ready to build a bond based on trust, not fear. I want to see a community of protectors down there. Mistake number 4, the head pat. Do you reach directly over your dog's head to pat them? Most strangers do this. Most owners do this. But watch your dog. Do they blink rapidly? Do they duck their head slightly? Do they lower their ears? In dog language, a hand coming from above, directly over the eyes, is threatening. It blocks their vision. It targets the most vulnerable part of their skull. It feels like a strike is coming. Wolves and dogs greet each other from the side, sniffing faces and bodies. They don't slam paws on top of each other's heads unless they are fighting. A person once wrote that their rescue dog would wet the floor every time a man reached to pat his head. The moment they switched to scratching under the chin or on the chest, the fear urination stopped instantly. The dog wasn't broken. He was just scared of the hand coming down like a hammer. When you scratch your dog under the chin or on the side, you are inviting them into the affection rather than forcing it upon them. Mistake number 5, the flexi-leash freedom. Do you use a retractable leash to give your dog more freedom on walks? You might think you're being nice, but you are actually creating constant tension. Retractable leashes teach a dog that pulling works. To get more leash, they must pull against the tension mechanism. There is never a slack leash. There is always pressure on their neck. Biologically, this constant pressure engages the opposition reflex. If you push a dog, they push back. If you pull, they pull away. It's instinct. You are physically training them to pull you down the street. Worse, these leashes sever the communication line. You can't feel them, they can't feel you. One dog owner shared that her dog bolted into the street on a flexi leash. The lock failed. The thin cord snapped. She watched her dog get hit by a car because she had zero control in the 1 second that mattered. When you use a fixed 6-foot leash, you are holding their hand, not flying a kite. Mistake number 6, the greeting chaos. This is the big one. When you come home, do you squeal, shout, and let your dog jump all over you in a frenzy? Do you think this excitement means they love you? It doesn't. It means they are over-aroused and anxious. In the wild, the reunion of the pack is a calm, ritualistic affair. The leaders return quietly. The lower members greet them with submissive, low energy. When you make coming home a high-energy party, you spike your dog's adrenaline. You validate their separation anxiety. You teach them that your absence is a crisis and your return is the only relief. This creates a dog that cannot function when you leave. A person once wrote in the comments that their lab destroyed the couch every day while they were at work. They realized they were ramping him up for 20 minutes before leaving and celebrating like crazy when they returned. Once they made their departures and arrivals boring, the destruction stopped. The dog finally felt safe enough to just sleep. When you come home calmly and ignore your dog for the first 2 minutes, you are telling them, "My return is normal. You are safe. There is no need to panic." If you ignore these signs, the consequences are not just bad behavior. They are biological damage. Your dog may develop chronic anxiety that shortens their lifespan. They may begin to snap out of nowhere because their subtle warnings were ignored for years. They may stop looking to you for guidance and start making their own dangerous decisions. Your dog is always speaking. The only question is whether you are listening. Here are 3 things you can change in the next 24 hours to fix this. Before you pet or hug your dog, stop. Pull your hand away. If they lean in or paw at you, they are saying yes. If they stay still or move away, respect their no. This builds massive trust immediately. For 1 week, do not touch the top of your dog's head. Only scratch the chest, the side of the neck, or under the chin. Watch how their eyes soften and their body relaxes when they can see your hand the whole time. When you walk in the door today, say nothing. Do not look at your dog. Put your keys away, take off your shoes, and wait until they have all 4 paws on the floor and are quiet. Then, calmly say hello. You will feel the energy in the house shift from chaos to peace. When you stop forcing human rules on a dog's brain, something magical happens. The anxiety melts away. The frantic behavior stops, and in its place, you find a bond deeper than you ever imagined. You aren't just an owner anymore. You are a pack leader who understands the language of their soul. For 15,000 years, they have walked beside us, trying to understand our strange world. The least we can do is try to understand theirs. Your dog doesn't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be safe. Tell me your dog's name in the comments and which of these habits you're going to change first. I read every single one. Next video, we're talking about the one color your dog can actually see and why buying the wrong color toys is a waste of money.